Live from Weed, California. Hopefully this is going out. I don't know. It's been kind of windy and rainy and snowy. So I'm gonna hit the road though, and I'm gonna go Starbucks, get some breakfast, and see how it goes. On my way up to Portland, and I'm just checking my workflow here. I got a new message. Maybe in some sort of a change. What they want me to do. Let's see. Might be on the pre-assignment. I don't know. I don't see it, but so far so good. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and walk on over there. Well, first I'm gonna place my order online, and then trying to plug in my charger here for this thing. It's like, there you go. So yeah, this is a live feed from Weed, California, and I'm gonna go over to Starbucks, get some coffee, get probably, I'm gonna order the that bacon and cheddar sandwich. I'm gonna go online right now. Order from my phone here. I love technology, man. Somebody on House Parks, was it House Parks? They were saying like Silicon Valley will destroy us and all this kind of crap. Let me tell you, Silicon Valley has made my life immensely easier over just the last few years. I've been driving a truck since I was, since 2004. And just since 2004, to now, I mean, it's 2004 is like the dark ages, you know? It really is. And I mean, you could never do this shit back in 2004. I couldn't just order some food and go get it, or have. I've even had, I've had Uber Eats or other delivery services, or even just Domino's that delivers. I've had them deliver it right to my truck because I was able to order it from the phone. I couldn't do that even 5 or 6 years ago, probably. So, it's really kind of amazing, I think. So, I love the technology. Yeah, sure, there are, good and bad things and things that could be improved and all that, but overall, I'm happy, man. I'm happy with this technology and the advances that we've made. I think it's pretty awesome. I mean, just everything. Like, I remember when I first started, and at night, you'd be parked someplace, and you want some kind of entertainment or something. There was nothing. We used to buy those little TVs that would have the VCR thing in it, and you'd buy VHS tapes, and you'd watch that, or you'd rent them. And this is even before like Redbox, you know, because then you upgraded from the VHS one to the CD one, you know, and then you could find, and then you could order Netflix, and this is when Netflix was just, remember when they would just mail you the DVDs. So like if I was at home, I could order some Netflix videos, and then they'd be delivered to the home. I'd pick up like however many I got, 3 or 4 or whatever, take them on the road with me, and I'd have a few movies to watch. And then you had an envelope. It came with an envelope, so you could mail it back. So then I could just stick it in the mail anywhere I was in the country. So that's how I would get my, you know, my entertainment. And now everything is. I have this iPad that I'm broadcasting from right now, and I have every streaming service you can, you know, believe. That you can, I mean, I've got AT&T Stream, I've got, you know, Hulu, I've got Disney Plus, I got Netflix, I've got Amazon Prime, and I just go and rotate. And I watch all these shows. I've never a lack for you know, entertainment. So anyhow, I love the technology. All right, just about got this order done here. All right. I'm gonna walk over across the street and get me a coffee and a sandwich and a bagel. I'm gonna leave this running. All right, this is John Fowler, OTR. OTR stands for Over the Road. I'm an over-the-road truck driver. That's what I do. So, right now I'm getting breakfast. And I'm going to turn on Thom Hartmann Show. Let's just start over on this here.
Contacted my lawyer to make him aware, and I'm concerned that some and do something.
Right, now that they posted your address.
Right. I mean, he hasn't posted my address, but he posted my hometown, and I only live in a town of 200 people, just outside. And the person that went on Google Maps, he admitted Google Maps, and now recently he's saying that he's calling my neighbors to find out about me.
Holy cow. All because you were challenging your Republican congressman on Facebook, challenging his political positions.
Correct. He'll do a posting, and a lot of it's, I'll fact check, and I'll put links on there to correct it.
Right.
And it immediately turns personal. It can't just be a debate about the issues. It always turns to you're a communist and all the other vile comments that follow it.
Yeah, amazing. Mike, thanks for sharing that. I wish you well. Good luck. I mean, this also argues for a change in Section 230, I think it is, or 230 of the Telecommunications Act. Warren in Seattle. Hey, Warren, what's on your mind today? Warren?
Yeah, hi, Tom.
Hey.
I've been watching the January 6th investigation.
Okay.
I'm listening.
And I never see any mention of the fact that they killed a policeman.
Well, he died the day after. But,
I know, but they stopped.
If that had happened on if the tables were turned, I guarantee you that would be what they would lead with every single time.
Yeah.
These people killed a cop.
Yeah, now here in Seattle, if a cop dies, it's a national holiday.
Right.
I mean, they stop everything. It's crazy. And the fact that they killed a cop should be one of the first things they talk about.
You would think, particularly because they're all, all right-wing law and order. Yes, indeed. But you would think that our media would pay more attention to it too. Warren, I'm with you. I think it's bizarre the way that the media has basically downplayed the violence of January 6th and Democrats, frankly, are kind of letting it slide too, which is problematic, shall we say. So Warren, thanks a lot for the call. Spot on. We'll be right back. It's 44 minutes past the hour.
You're listening to Thom Hartmann. Visit ThomHartmann.com for audio and video archives.
Back with your calls in just a moment. It's Talk Media for the sane among us. Yes, there are still some of us left.
Yeah, so January 6th. It was like 5 cops that died. I mean, you know, one cop, you know, died of his injuries, and then I think 3 or 4 others committed suicide. Most people, they don't care. These MAGAs, they don't care. They're such hypocrites. They are total freaking hypocrites. They're, and the irony of those images of them beating cops with poles with flags on them that say, you know, Blue Lives Matter. As they're physically attacking cops, crushing them, gouging their eyes out, you know, stabbing them. That is irony of ironies. You know? It doesn't get any more ironic than that. That whole January 6th insurrection, Trump should be going to prison for the rest of his life. He should be thrown into a prison and have the key thrown away. He should never see freedom again. That's my opinion. And right on down the line. Right on down the line. So anybody that happens to come upon this channel, I'd like to go live every Tuesday and Thursday at 9 a.m. Pacific time. So, just so you know. Some days I might only go 15 minutes, some days I might go 2 hours. Just depends on how much time I got. Today probably just be 15, 20 minutes. And then I gotta hit the road. And when I'm driving, I can't have this thing going. I mean, I could, but it wouldn't do any good. But what I'd like to do is figure out how I could get my Nexar dash cam feed to just go live on YouTube. I could run that while I'm driving, and I think that'd be kind of cool. But if you're on here, please give it a like and subscribe and share. I'm just starting out doing this. Might seem a little boring right now, but it'll get better. I'll get better at it. I'll sort of develop a format. Maybe have some regular topics of discussion. Right now I'm just sort of winging it. But I kind of have confidence in myself that as I do things, I get better at it. And just like anything, just like driving a truck, well, I have to say I did kind of have a little bit of a, I think, a natural talent for it. Or at least I did better than some people I saw coming out of the truck schools. I mean, you know, out of my trucking school, I mean, there were some people that couldn't even last even just a few days and they dropped out. And then there were some people, they made it all the way to the end, but then they couldn't pass the test, driver's test. You know, and then there's some people, they pass the test, but they go out and they are so lousy that they have to be called back in for retraining, or they might just get, you know, dumped.
He made the statement about let's let our Second Amendment people maybe take care of the Hillary problem. And so those things, the things that he said, and I had have a FSTV sticker on the bumper of my car,
Mm-hmm.
and I came out from the grocery store, and my trunk lid had been keyed, and I'm thinking, you know, I'd be glad to talk about that with people, and they don't have to, you know, demonstrate that kind of hostility just because they don't agree on our politics and who might be telling a lie and who might be telling the truth. But I would also like to ask the viewers, if next time they get into a discussion with a Trumper, ask them how many of them sent back the $1,400 that was in Joe Biden's COVID relief package.
Right, the American Rescue Plan.
And I'm feeling, the rescue plan. And with the infrastructure jobs that are coming, I mean, we have a bridge across the Cape Fear River that gets stuck about every 10 times they open it. And it was built after World War I. So, you know, the Trumpers don't really have much of a leg to stand on as far as what gets done and what doesn't get done. But all three of both my senators and my rep voted against the stabilizing of insulin supplies for people with diabetic that are diabetic or have diabetic kids.
Yeah.
So if you
Republicans just want the you know, executives in the pharma company to make more millions. They don't give a rat's ass about people with diabetes.
Sure, and I don't think enough is being made of the 40+% profit increase that all corporations, they're averaging 25% plus higher.
Oh, we're looking at the highest corporate profits in the history of the United States right now.
Absolutely. And I call what good it does, I call Tillis and Burr's offices, and I ask them, why are they so bent on not being honest with us about where their money comes from?
Yeah.
You know, we know where it comes from. It's coming from energy and pharmaceutical companies and real estate outfits. So anyway, though, that's my comment. I wanted to refresh people's memory that Trump came down and told people to try to commit voter fraud.
Right.
So catching Mark Meadows is not really
par for the course. Yeah, it's exactly what you'd expect. Okay, Ken, thank you very much for that. George in Chicago. Hey, George, you wanted to get back to the idea of civil fines.
Yeah, when you were talking about that earlier in the show, excuse me, I recalled I think I saw this on a public television broadcast some years ago, and I think you may have even talked about this on your show in the past, but there are countries in Europe, Scandinavian, I believe, and Norway in particular, where serious traffic violations and driving under the influence, the fines are based on your income and or your wealth and or your ability to pay, or some combination of three. I don't remember.
Right. Yeah, they call them day fines, and they're based on how much money you have left over at the end of one day, and
Right.
and then they take half of that. So you know, if you're Elon Musk and you've got $10 million left over at the end of a day, it's a $5 million fine. If you're a guy who's making minimum wage and you got 50 cents left over at the end of the day, it's a 25-cent fine.
Yeah, and the case that I sort of remember in particular was a Norwegian guy, rich, wealthy guy, who had something like a Ferrari Testarossa that he was operating something well over 100 kilometers in excess of the speed limit, and his fine, if I remember right, was $600,000 or $700,000.
Yeah, it was huge. There have been a number of those. There was one in Finland. There was one in Denmark.
Battery low. Please charge now.
Of them that have swept the media, and yeah, I'm with you, George. I think we need to do this.
Else, yeah, but by everything else in this country, that kind of exquisite justice will never be obtained until Citizens United and all those other bad decisions are gone, because
Yes.
the rich write the laws.
Yeah, you're absolutely right, and we need to do something about it. I'm with you, George. Thank you for the call. Karen in Muskogee, Oklahoma. Hey, Karen, what's up?
Hi, Tom. Last call.
Group is fed. Disconnected.
Okay. We hit the road. Finish my breakfast. So here I am from Weed, California. I'm gonna hit the road heading north up to Portland. Remember to subscribe, like, and share. And the channel will get better, I promise. All right, that's it. From Weed, from behind my steering wheel, I'm out. See you on next Tuesday, 9 a.m. Pacific time.